Thanks, everybody. It's great to see you, and solidarity and the green shirts and all. And thanks for inviting me to speak here today, and thanks for those eloquent words, Jason. Global climate change and environmental sustainability are perhaps the most important challenges facing your generation. I'm pleased that students at UR are taking these issues seriously and working to raise understanding of them among us all. And I was touched by all the eloquent emails I received on this. I've been thinking about ways to make UR a leading institution on these issues before I arrived. And I was glad to see, it didn't take long before people were telling me when I was just showing up for the very first days that this was important. I seem to remember being cornered by Jason in the Commons at a very early day. And I was glad to see students and faculty already making good progress on these. And I've had wide-ranging conversations about the best strategies to follow, and by signing the President's climate commitment, I have ratified the university's long-standing dedication to environmental stewardship. That's done. The letter is signed. And yet you'll notice I have more pages here. But that commitment, frankly, only gets us so far. The climate commitment doesn't spell out how you get to climate neutrality, or when. The critical challenge facing the University of Richmond is for all of us to start to steward the environment every day and in every way open to us. We've already done a lot on this front, and I think sometimes it's important to stop and think about what has been done. The university has a commitment to LEED certified buildings, and we had one of the first in the state, and we're building more. The university's dining hall was recently named a green restaurant for its dedication to environmental stewardship and limiting waste. Last year, the university recycled or reused 28% of its waste rather than sending it to the landfill. The new laundry machines that you know are saving 1 million gallons a year of water. We have a rigorous green purchasing policy on everything from paper to paint, in which the environmental impact of the things we're buying are just as important as cost. Our central power plant renovation will reduce power plant emissions by 25%, while it results in a 15% improvement in efficiency. We already have biodiesel in all our transportation equipment for non-highway use. And the university is investing in new high-efficiency heat pumps for the apartments, and we're beginning a cycle of replacing all those right now. In all honesty, these steps are making more of a difference than merely signing an agreement, okay? The things that we are doing, and you don't want to disregard real accomplishments for things that are going to happen in the future. But that's not enough. But all these institutional efforts don't mean much without the individual efforts of all of us. If in the midst of our drought, which is the most immediately pressing, I'm glad to feel perhaps rain coming here, we leave water running while you brush your teeth, or something we read about in the Collegian, people getting the wrinkles out of their clothes by running the shower. That is irresponsible, and we shouldn't be doing that. We can wipe out all the gains we make from LEED certified buildings without much effort by not showing that effort. If you leave your computer and power strip running while you're gone, it wipes out all the gains from sensor motion lights that we've gone to great expense and trouble to install. When you drive across campus instead of walking, you're directly undercutting what we're doing in our other parts of our work. When you buy a bottle of water rather than filling it up at the tap, you're helping fill landfills with one of the most damaging and useless forms of social behavior. When we print things that we could read on the screen, we're undercutting a lot of the effort we spend on purchasing.